We turn now to the transition of power here in Rhode Island.
Today, Governor Raimondo and Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee appeared together for the first time since we've learned McKee will be taking over as governor once Raimondo joins the Biden cabinet.
12 News politics editor Ted Nesi was there for the news conference. He joins us now with what we've learned. Ted?
Well, between the governor keeping a very low profile and the lieutenant governor being in coronavirus quarantine until today, we have not heard much from these two, but that's beginning to change. Rhode Island's outgoing and incoming governors making a rare joint appearance at a coronavirus briefing. Governor Raimondo explaining her decision to accept the nomination for Commerce Secretary.
Now, I have been asked numerous times by members of the press if I wanted to go to Washington. And the truthful answer is I have never pictured myself in Washington. I have loved every minute of being your governor. Having said that, the truth of it is we're in a situation as a nation that none of us ever imagined.
Raimondo declined to answer questions from reporters, something she hasn't done in weeks now.
Can you stop and talk to us for a second?
Raimondo and Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee have never been close. In fact, this was their first joint news conference in a year and a half.
My first time on this stage, but I've been watching.
McKee had little to say before the event.
You'll hear about the transition and how well it's going today, and we'll be back to talk to you.
But spoke to reporters afterwards.
We've had good interaction with the staff members and all the decision makers in the state on a very level playing field. So our learning curve is going to be short, but there is a learning curve.
Now, McKee is planning a news conference tomorrow morning at Cello's in Warwick, where he says he'll answer more questions about the transition. Coming up new at 6, find out when Raimondo expects to be leaving the state before her new job in Washington. Live at the State House, Ted Nesi, 12 News.
And Lieutenant Governor McKee is promising a seamless transition once he takes over for Governor Raimondo.
12 News politics editor Ted Nesi joins us now live to tell us how long the transition may take. Ted?
Well, usually a governor gets elected in November and takes office about 2 months later, but for Dan McKee, there's a lot more uncertainty around the timing.
This isn't going to happen overnight.
Governor Gina Raimondo and Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee delivering the same message as she prepares to seek confirmation as the new United States Commerce Secretary.
In the meantime, I will remain as your governor. I will stay as the governor, continue to lead this state until the moment that I am confirmed.
As a governor to be, there's only room for one governor at a time.
The governor inviting McKee to join her at a coronavirus briefing as she prepares to hand off the reins.
The lieutenant governor has already started joining our COVID meetings and briefings, and I have complete confidence that he will hit the ground running.
But Raimondo refused to answer questions about how long she expects to stay.
Do you know how long you'll be governor for, Governor?
Thank you.
Governor, sorry to interrupt, Governor.
12 News has learned Raimondo could go to Washington for a hearing on her nomination before the end of the month, but it's possible the final vote won't happen until as late as March or April. McKee hoping things move faster.
Well, the best that we can tell right now, based on what we've heard, that it should be sometime in mid-February in that range, give or take a few weeks. And so that's what we're doing, that planning until we hear a different date.
And politics moves quickly. Already Dan McKee is being lobbied by a growing number of politicians who want him to choose them as his replacement as lieutenant governor. But McKee told reporters today he's still sorting out with the General Assembly who will actually get to make that choice. Live at the State House, Ted Nesi, 12 News.